Hi everybody, welcome back to the sewing room. Today on Sewjourns we have a specially fun video. There are giveaways and sales and the final pattern in the series. Stay tuned. Welcome to Sewjourns. Let's journey into sewing. Hi everybody, this is Chris from the blog Sewjourns.com. Welcome back to the sewing room. Today we're going to finish up our series of my top 5 favorite PDF sewing patterns with pattern number 5. I have many versions to show you. I'm very excited about that. There's so many things going on. I've got a sale to tell you about and a big giveaway with 5 winners. So stay tuned to the very end to get in on all the fun. But let's start with our number 5. And that pattern I have for you today is the Rhapsody blouse and dress pattern by Love Notions. The Rhapsody blouse and dress pattern is for wovens. This is the first woven pattern we've had in this series. The rest have been for stretch knits. That's one of the reasons it's in my top 5, because it's an exceptionally pretty pattern for gorgeous wovens like rayon challis, lawn, voile, gauze, any woven that has beautiful drape. I wouldn't use quilting cotton for this because you really need the drape. You really need the drape to show off all the beautiful details. The pattern comes in sizes extra small through 5X. It has 9 sleeve options, so you really get a tremendous value with this pattern. And I've made a number of the sleeve options, plus there's a dress option. This is the first Rhapsody blouse I made, and this is in a gorgeous rayon challis fabric from Raspberry Creek Fabrics. The quality of this rayon challis is outstanding. It has a nice weight to it. It was really easy to sew, and that's really saying something. Rayon challis can be a little bit of a challenge. There are some things you can do to combat that. Spray starch, not cutting on the fold. This was really a pleasure to work with. Some of the details of the Rhapsody blouse here really give it that touch. If I'm going to sew a woven pattern, and I do love sewing with wovens, I want there to be some special things. So up here, and I'm going to show you some close-ups and some photos I'll drop in. The front of the bodice is gathered. So you'll gather that. It's a little bit longer than the back bodice, the actual pattern piece, and you're going to gather that to fit that shoulder, which sits a little forward. So you can really see that gathering, which is a really beautiful feminine touch. Neckline is a V-neck, and it is finished with bias tape. You can use pre-made bias tape, or you can make your own to match, which really does make this beautiful. These are the bell sleeve, which is a long sleeve that just comes to a nice flare at the bottom, and it's really feminine and lovely, and I'll show you here how that looks on. Another thing about the Rhapsody blouse is, and I'm going to turn this around, there's a back yoke, and the back yoke is lined. You'll find in the tutorial a video link that you can go to where Tammy shows you how to do this lined yoke so that there are no exposed seams. The seam here is enclosed, and it's a beautiful finish. One of the special things is to see the sweet little pleat here. This is lovely. It just opens up the back, and it's just one of those other special details that make this a really terrific pattern. You can construct the Rhapsody blouse on your sewing machine using French seams. That's included in the tutorial. That's a beautiful way to finish the inside, especially when using wovens, because there is a 1/2 inch seam allowance there. Or you can do everything on your serger. I've done both. This one was done with the enclosed French seams, so there's no exposed seams inside of this, which means it washes beautifully, wears beautifully. Or you can construct the whole thing on your serger, which also finishes the edges, and I've done that with these other. This is also Rayon Challis from Boho Fabrics. This is one of my favorite. I love this navy, blue and white sort of tropical print. This sleeve is the 3/4 sleeve with a flounce attached. You'll see here, I've got that attached with my serger. And I love this as well. And I thought, well, I should probably try all the sleeves. Not quite all, but I do have quite a few here. Here's another one here. I'm not sure what this particular fabric is. It has a tiny bit of stretch. It's a woven, but it has about 10% stretch. But there is not any negative ease, as you can see, flowing through this, so that's not a problem at all. This has a flutter sleeve, so this is fantastic. This is a lightweight, flowy fabric. Flutter sleeves are fabulous for the summer. I love this one. Again, the matching bias tape. And you can tie that, or you can leave it long. This one I've tied. I've left the tape really long, and I've attached some aglets at the bottom for a nice finish. This is done with a finish of 3/8 of an inch bias tape, which is a bit more fiddly, and this one is 1/2 inch, which is a little bit easier to deal with. So depending on your fabric, you can choose the width that you like. And let me show you one more blouse here. Here we have another one that I've done in Rayon Challis as well. This is a border print. This fabric is from Sly Fox Fabrics. And this border print, I really wanted the border to be, so I actually turned it and cut it the opposite direction, and it worked out beautifully. On this one, I've done something really fun. I've done a shirring technique on the sleeves and on the hem. And I have a tutorial that I've done for the Love Notions YouTube channel that I'm going to link to in the description box. And I have a video tutorial showing you exactly how I did this. It's really simple. There's just a few things you need to know about setting up the elastic thread that you use. Other than that, you can do all kinds of things with shirring. That's really fun. And on this particular Rhapsody blouse, I've decided to forego the bias binding. There's a lot going on here. It's a very busy print here with this border print at the top. I've got the shirring at the wrists and at the waist, and so I really didn't want another detail. So I chose, and this is a choice in the tutorial, to just turn the top all around the edge. This is woven, so I can just turn the top, and I finished this with my cover stitch. So that's also another option, and I do love this. This looks fantastic with the Ravinia skirt because this shirring has brought this hemline up so that you can really show off the pockets to the Ravinia skirt. Another version of the Rhapsody that I did was this dress. Now, in the pattern, there is a dress version that includes elastic at the waist. I believe it's a curved hem at the bottom. It's about knee length, and it blouses over a little bit. But I wanted to make a maxi dress out of this, and I wanted to incorporate the shirring instead of the elastic, so I could really bring that in at the waist and define that waist. So all I did was lengthen the pattern to be maxi length, and that's probably about 10 inches, I don't recall at this point. And then I used the same shirring tutorial that I posted, that I posted a link to share the waist. And I love this dress. This fabric is also from Raspberry Creek and has a very tiny, tiny bit of stretch to it, like maybe 10%. So that works out just beautifully. This woven blouse pattern is very popular, and you can see why. All the beautiful details, the beautiful tutorial, all the gorgeous array of fabrics. I actually did make another one. Funny story is, I sewed it up, I modeled it, I took photos, and I can't find it. I can't find it. How does one lose a blouse? I don't know, but it's missing in action, that's for sure. But I do have lots of photographs to show you. And I'm disappointed that I couldn't find it because with this one, I did it in a solid color, in like it's a crepe-on fabric, like a crinkled fabric in taupe or beige. And then I used a print to do the back yoke, to do the bias tape, and on that one I did the 3/4 length sleeves with a cuff. That contrast yoke and bias tape and cuff really set it off, and you get so many looks with this pattern. I hope that you'll give it a try. This rounds out my top 5 favorite PDF patterns. Down in the description box, I have a link to parts 1 through 4, so that you can go back and you can take a look at all the 5 patterns that are some of my most favorite that I've sewn over and over again. Let's move on to something really exciting. Starting on Friday, July 31st, for 2 days only, July 31st and August 1st of 2020, Love Notions is having, I think it's their first time ever, 50% off site-wide. All of their patterns, ladies, men's, girls, and boys. It's for 2 days, and this is a celebration. Tammy and Tessa have moved their offices into a big space, and that space is exceptional because there is gathering spaces, there'll be room for meetups and sew-alongs as we come out of what the world is going through now, and the time allows. They're setting up for some really fun things to be able to do there. And why not celebrate with the whole sewing community? In the description box, right down here, I have a link to the Love Notions website. You can go there and you can look at all the patterns, choose the ones you want. For 50% off, you'll never see a price that low. So I encourage you to get whatever you think you might want to make throughout the year because there'll never be a better price. The Rhapsody blouse and dress, the blouse, goes with so many of the bottoms. The Sybil skirt, the Ravinia skirt as I've shown. Today I'm wearing the Resolution bottoms, which gives you 4 different options. Leggings, moto style leggings. I'm wearing the yoga flared pants, and then there's also a jogger straight leg pants with a cuff. It goes with all of their bottoms, the duet trousers, the Sabrina slims. So there's so many things that pair together. Here are a few of my favorite Love Notions patterns. The duet trousers, the Namaste pajamas and nightgown, the Terra tunic with split collar, and the Margot peplum, and the Melody Dolman button-down top that you can leave out or tie at the waist. These are just a few. Thank you for using my affiliate link. That means at no cost to you. That link will take you directly to the website of Love Notions, and I may receive a small commission. It helps me be able to continue to bring these pattern reviews, these sales, these tips and tutorials on my channel, and I so appreciate you supporting me. Thank you so much. Okay, so that's 2 of the 3 big things we've got going. The third is a giveaway. I'm so pleased to be able to give away 5 patterns on this channel right now, this week. 5 patterns. The designers of these patterns have generously given me 1 pattern of each of the top 5 that I've shown to give away to a YouTube subscriber. So there's 3 things you need to do in order to be in the running to receive this pattern. You need to be a subscriber to the Sewjourns channel. So down below, just hit the subscribe button. And then you need to comment on part 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and make a comment in the comments under the video. Tell me why you like that pattern, why you may be interested in trying that pattern, if you've ever sewn with that pattern before. If you're a new sewer, tell me what you might want to see on this channel. Just leave me a comment. Now, you can only win 1 pattern, but in order to increase your chances, you can comment on each of the 5 videos. And next week at this time, I will choose a winner from each one of those. One last thing you have to do is join the Facebook group of each of the patterns that was featured in parts 1 through 5. Under each video, all the links you need are there. The links to the pattern, the links to the groups, and then remember to subscribe and comment in order to win. I'm so excited to see who's going to win, and I hope that you'll be part of it. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time in the sewing room on Sewjourns.